one side of oftentimes a very long and convoluted story.
Has this been a burden on men's mental health?
There's three sides to a story. Men now apologizing simply for the character of being male.
And you know what I mean? We have even gotten to that point. Also, don't depend on men.
A woman is seen being accosted or physically assaulted in public by a man. Do you know who comes to their rescue? Groups of men, not just one man. If it's in public, you go to town, Jordan, and try striking an innocent woman just walking by. The people that physically protect women are men. When you see this video is online, it trended at some point in time. When a woman is seen being physically accosted in public, legions of men will come to her rescue. That is what I think is characteristic of men. The thing of me bringing up the rape thing, should I sit my friends down? I think it's the way the story is told. Men are not rapists. There are some men that are wicked. There are some evil men out there who rape. But men are not rapists. Therefore, also men are not trash. Okay. You get what I'm saying? It's the way the story is actually told. Okay. Yeah, the brother wanted to come in.
Fire.
I don't even know what to say, man. So much has been said. Thoughts all over the place. Okay, let's go. Men are only physically stronger than women to protect them, right? Can we agree on that? On average, you can take
semantics on the phrasing.
What the other reasons why we
trying to get what he's trying to say.
Okay.
Just for this point exactly. On average,
Political correctness.
you're stronger than an average woman to protect her. Okay, let's get that straight. Secondly, dude, in as much as we can take it for granted and joke about it that we don't need to tell our fellow men not to rape. Man, it's bad. Dudes think the rape culture that we perpetuate, they think it's normal. If you're not sat down by someone you respect and tuned, you won't know. I swear. And there's been instances when I've said things and done things and I had no idea I was invading this woman's space or being rapey until I was sat down.
Rapey.
No.
Okay, I'll come in.
No, being rapey like
the brother go. I'll come in.
being rapey like some remarks. You know what I mean? Catcalling. That's rapey, bro.
Catcalling is rapey?
Yes.
In the
Bruh, have you been catcalled?
I've been catcalled.
Okay.
I didn't know catcalling was rapey.
I believe it is, man. When someone's catcalling, what are they doing in essence? They're sexualizing you. You know what I mean? So these two things, they are so normal in our society. But if you're not sat down and tuned, they say that's not laka. You know what I mean? You will never know. And I feel like if you're going to reprimand men, be ready to fight, because I've been in conversations where I tuned, when a woman wears a short skirt, she's not asking you to do anything. And dude, I'm in a room with 5 guys and they all stomped on me verbally. What are you shooting? Let her wear what she wants to wear. So you're entitled to her body because she's wearing a short skirt. Leave her alone. And I was like, okay, so you have to be ready to fight if you're going to educate men. And I think men are cowards here. I think because we know this guy, we respect him, he's our boy, but he treats women bad. And if we try to holler at him, it's like a spark. I think you have to kind of put your life on the line, man. If you're going to educate fellow men about these two behaviors that we let slide.
Right there. Did you see that? You got backup right there.
It's a hip-hop thing.
I know.
Dexter, you want to jump?
Yeah, so...
No, actually, she's about to jump in with something. You have a fire burning in your soul too?
Bro, come on now.
Y'all started with the touchy subject
anyway,
first, so
let me wrap this up. Let me wrap this up. Come on. You had your pieces. I've done some research, man, on stuff like femicide, right? Places like Nicaragua. It's so bad, bro. Kids, 12-year-old girls, not boys. Boys are okay. 12-year-old girls, 15-year-old girls kidnapped in the midst of gang violence, using women's bodies as bargaining chips. It's so bad in certain places. Look at Afghanistan, man. It's terrible, bro. And you're looking like, okay, our society may not be that bad, but except we're not that far off. If we really go to rural areas, right now in Zambia, 12-year-old girls are being married off. Okay, let that sink in. Let that sink in. It's not that far off.
Yeah, even
do your research.
Truck drivers even.
Do your research. Children are being married off. Statutory rape is going on in our country, and we're turning a blind eye to it. So in as much as we can joke about it and say, it's not our responsibility to hold him accountable because I'm not raping. That's like it's a
It's a
cop
zero
out.
sum, yeah.
It's like a bare minimum approach. If I can tune you, say you're treating your babe whack, man. What's going on? That's nonsense. But if I can't do that, why am I? You know what I mean? I'm not holding you account to any standard as a fellow man.
Yeah.
And I think men just need to see men. Guy flicks, right? You're watching a guy flick.
Yeah.
You're watching Rocky. You know what I mean? Do his the montages, training. I said, man, okay, he's gonna kick some butt. He's gonna kick Mr. T's butt or whatever Rocky installment that is. I'm old. You know what I mean? That's a man's man, okay? So when we see a man doing man stuff, we're inspired. And I don't think we see enough of that in our circles. And I think collectively, we may be cowards in this particular department. We're minding our own business. Thank you.
I think one of the things that we as men need to also look at is investing in our own sensitivities, because it's not that we aren't empathetic to women's plight, but it's also that we are not empathetic to our fellow man's plight when he is ignorant of how to handle himself as a man. We have seen several men, I mean, right now, if I ask you to name drop bad examples of men, of manhood, of men that you know that that's not a good example or a yardstick for me to say that one will raise my son when I'm not available and he's going to raise a good man. It's easy for you to mention a couple of names, but I will ask you this, that's going to be a little harder to remember some names. How many men do you know that are helping other men discover or identify or find themselves as men? Because we have seen a lot of, raising boys is easy, bro. Helping men or boys that are men be men now is so much harder. It's an uphill battle. You know what I mean? And that's where the sensitivity has to come in. You need to look at your fellow men and say, hey, man, look, you're okay. You're a good man. You're doing well. We could do this part better. That's not so easy to say to your friend. Because immediately he's going to think, you think I'm inadequate.
You have to be ready to fight, bro.
And it's not just on a very large aspect of saying, hey, don't rape your wife.
He's ready to fight.
You feel me? It's just an aspect of, hey, man, this little thing you're doing here, if I could help you be a better man today, I've already helped your circle. Because you're going to be that influence in your circle. And that's going to go further. If we have a country of good men, guess what? Our neighboring countries are going to look at us and be like, yeah, that's a good idea. If we have a continent of good men, our neighboring continent is going to look at us like, yeah, this is a good idea. It's going to be it's an uphill battle. Amory's right. Baby, am I?
We are way past the time.
I'm sorry. That's my fault. That's my fault.
It's our fault. We have a
So
lot to
you
talk
guys
about.
have so much to talk about. This is why you need to, like, in your own space, go and talk about these things.
Just
I
have
mean,
to
it's why
learn.
we're having
Yeah.
this very conversation.
Keep
anyway.
that.
On a lighter moment, though, on a lighter watch. Not, yes, that's the word. On
Is
a
there
lighter
anything
note.
light in the questions that you have?
Yeah, I think so. Sex before marriage, guys.
That's light.
That's right.
I think I saw that coming.
Sex before marriage. Come on. Talk to me.
Ay, kanyang
Why
Bible,
you're
boy.
nuts?
Ay, kanyang Bible, but trave mo ka bati. Ala tuwede alis. Mana, it is what it is.
The moment my friend got married, he's like, bro. So I asked him, like, hey, man, you're married now. You're having a good time? He's like, yeah, man. Do you know the best part of having sex without having to confess your sins immediately after?
Repentance pressure, but yourself.
Yeah, immediately like, just like, you finish up, you're like, Lord, I just want to say I'm sorry for what it's been. I'll come to think of it, I'm sorry for what's about to happen next. But sex for marriage. Let me hear your thoughts.
We're relatively conservative, man.
Yeah.
As a country, as Zambia. So
On
this
two
stuff
fronts,
happens, but we're going to
Not
put
out
up a
there
front.
like that.
You know what I mean?
I want to hear you.
It happens on two fronts, both
Yeah, I
as a
wanna.
native African and as Christian Africans. So it's like we're double conservative. But yes,
I think it stems from the fact that we were all like, I'm assuming we were all raised in Christian homes. Our parents were. It's an assumption. It's an assumption. Yeah. But it starts where it starts. But it starts in the home. I'm assuming that obviously, your parents will tell you to go to church, to obey the word of God. I'm sure in Sunday school we learned all these things in confirmation classes, all those kinds of things. So in confirmation. You know, the Catholics have those sort of
Oh,
routines.
yeah, you and I both. You and I both.
Whole thing right here. That's from childhood to
Yeah. So that's where essentially we are told not to do this. Like, do not have sex before marriage. But now, we were never explicitly told why we shouldn't. And now, another thing as well.
That is true, though.
That's true.
That is so true.
Given the why. The whys and the wherefores.
Can we pause there for a second?
Whys and wherefores.
All
right, go ahead.
Yeah, because I think like most of us, like growing up, like we grew up woke. I think we were like we wanted to know why we were told not to do certain things. And also, secondly, I think what we watch, what's on TV, what's on social media. We watch movies, we see people, like romantic movies. People don't get married. You see a guy meets a girl, they click.
They don't even use condoms. Like
50 first dates.
Exactly. So like I would say subconsciously, it's being ingratiated in our minds. Exactly. That you see, we're exposed to like porn websites, also, and all these kinds of things. So subconsciously, it's ingratiated in our minds that this is okay to do because we're seeing other people do it. Even in the music we listen to, Yeah, I'm sure you guys are a fan of rap music. What's found in rap music? It's all about sex, about money, and it's subconsciously ingratiated in our minds that this is something that's okay to do.
Oh
see?
my gosh.
So,
my goodness.
so that's where it stems from. In as much as we're told that it's wrong, we haven't been told why it's wrong.
Okay.
But then we see it on TV. We see on TV, it's cool, it's all right in the music we listen to, and
then the cousins you look up to, the uncles you look up to, they come back and tell you their war stories.
Exactly.
War stories?
Yes.
War stories.
Yes.
Wow.
I think he just.
I think he means horror stories.
Yeah.
No,
War.
War.
No.
W-A-R.
What war stories do your uncles and cousins have?
A lot.
Oh, their exploits.
Conquer.
Yes. They're
Oh,
on the conquest.
Man, I went to actual war. And now I'm trying to figure out how
Yeah.
to
Come back.
Yeah, come back.
So it doesn't make it easier. I think it didn't make it easier for us, to not delve into, not having sex.
Okay. Yeah. I will throw this out here while we're still on this. While we're still on this, behave. As men, how do we handle the aspect of our manly nature towards sex outside of marriage? I'll throw it to you like this. I know it's
There's a lot of pressure.
You
Fine,
know what I mean?
What are you asking? What
What saying?
So, a friend of mine was telling me that, look, Jordan, if you look at our history as men, we are aggressive. We're an aggressive species, an aggressive gender. We are the aggressors. Usually, we are and back me up on this one.
Antagonizers.
Not just the antagonizers and the oppressors, but rather
Wow.
even in old times when we were Neanderthals back then, our wiring was to protect, provide, hunt, and do all these primal things that are kind of very core towards our masculinity. You look at men that are in the gym, anytime you work out, you engage your testosterone. And that is the same hormone used for sex as a man.
Oh.
Yes.
You
Wow.
knew this.
Say it again. Say it again.
He's a cartoon.
One more time.
When you are engaging in physical labor, exercising as a man, you are engaging your testosterone. That's the same hormone you use for your male sexuality. So I'm not trying to say that,
Oh man.
Just keep going.
Thank you. So because of this, how do we rationalize the idea of sex only in marriage
Oh. Gotcha.
when there's a very large aspect of your manhood that requires it to be satiated?
Large
Satisfied.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
It's one of the challenges.
Yeah.
I
think we
Yeah.
skipped
Self-control.
when he asked earlier.
Skip
challenge.
that challenge.
It's hard.
Okay.
Because this is what my boy is telling me, and he says, dude, I've been married like 5 years, and this is one of the biggest challenges I have. I get home, I'm
30
out with my
seconds
boys,
in.
I'm chilling, and then, having some drinks, and, little man right here sees some really fine booty over there, and he's like, yo, we should have that, because on a primal side, he just wants to have some of that.
Mhm.
But then my brain has to tell him, bro, we're married, and we can go and have it legally.
So you're not talking about yourself, bro?
Baby.
Because
He has
Pastor once told me that everything you look for in a woman is a manifestation of what your wife is, what your girlfriend is. So if you have a girlfriend, what you're looking for in a woman at that time is your girlfriend. If you have a wife, what you're looking for in a woman is your wife. So if you see something that agrees with your mental faculties,
this
is
is
something
why
that
the
belongs
example
somewhere.
was
You, if it's not there, then you won't react.
Why are you gonna look? True.
Yeah.
But this is what I'm asking
So
you
what's,
guys.
what's the question?
Yeah, what is the question, bro?
Exactly.
Oh,
Because it
you-
keeps going on and on and on, eh?
So
Bruh,
let me
talk to him, bro. Yes, you do. Stop.
let me try and be simplified Jordan, or to simplify Jordan's question.
You're gonna
So
be
he's
simple.
saying, how do you reconcile the fact that the values you were taught were sex is regarded for marriage, but as a man you get horny, you know what I'm saying, and that horniness is like an itch that needs a scratch. So how do you reconcile the idea of being horny outside marriage? It's more or less like you're being told the only time you should be horny is
When
in
you're
marriage.
When a woman wears a short skirt, she's not asking you to do anything.
When a woman is seen being physically accosted in public, legions of men will come to her rescue. Men are not rapists. There are some men that are wicked, but men are not rapists. Therefore, also men are not trash.
Catcalling.
Yeah.
That's rapey, bro.
Catcalling is rapey.
Yes. This guy, we respect him, he's our boy, but he treats women bad. And if we try to holler at him, he take us back.
You need to look at your fellow man and say, hey man, look, you're okay, you're a good man. You're doing well. We could do this part better. That's not so easy to say to your friend. Because immediately he's gonna think, you think I'm inadequate.
You have to be ready to fight, bro.
Bro,
So sex before marriage, guys.
I can
Okay.
buy
Why
boy.
you not?
How do you reconcile the fact that the values you were taught were sex is regarded for marriage, but as a man you get horny, you know what I'm saying, and that horniness is like an itch that needs a scratch. So how do you reconcile the idea of being horny outside marriage? It's more or less like you're being told the only time you should be horny is
When
in
you're
marriage.